Hey there, it's Pete over at the Sampleist, and today we're doing a first play of Albion Colossus from Spitfire Audio. Albion Colossus, as the name suggests, is absolutely huge. It's 105.33 gigabytes and it runs in Spitfire's own player. And what makes it really unique right off the bat is that not only is it a fully featured symphonic orchestra, it's also a chamber orchestra. And then you have percussion, drum kits, synths, and guitars. It's everything the composer needs to get a huge cinematic sound. Currently, it's on promo offer of £299 or $349 or €349, depending where you are, and after that it will increase in price. Now, this is a first play video. I was really lucky that Spitfire sent me the instrument a day before release. I can't do a fully featured massive composition in time for the release of the instrument. However, I'm going to play through as much as I can and look at all the features, and believe me, there are some incredible new features. Now, I'm not going in completely blind because I've been given some information from Spitfire, so things to look out for. But yeah, I am so excited to check out this new Albion. Let's take a look at Albion Colossus. It is the first Albion to run in the Spitfire player, and that's really, really important because aside from looking incredibly handsome, there are lots of different controls and techniques that Spitfire have developed and put into this library. So as we discover those, I'm really, really interested to see how they work out. As the name suggests, Albion Colossus is going to be a huge instrument. And when you first load it, you will get the Combinations Anthology patch, which is a cross-section of different instruments and articulations. However, the main instruments are low strings, high strings, brass, horns, woodwinds, flutes, piccolos, percussion, drums, guitars, and synths. And it's really interesting because the strings aren't separated into violins and violas and cellos and basses. However, the brass, for example, have a separate horn sections and woodwinds. There are separate flutes and piccolo sections as well. And then we've got all the percussion and synths and guitars and all of these different timbres. So this really, truly is a hybrid instrument. Now, I've loaded up the low strings and let's just see or hear what they sound like. So out the box, they do sound absolutely gorgeous, and I especially love the low end. It is a superb sound. Now, I did learn something really, really quickly when I started making this video a few minutes ago. So I have kind of cheated a little bit, and it is the scale control. And the scale is all about what size of ensemble are you using. So when you load up the instrument, it is actually linked to dynamics. So if I play the instrument now, it might be a little bit jumpy. So when you're at higher up on the mod wheel, you get this really strong attack, which normally you would control. And of course you can use expression to control it, but I'm using CC1 so I can play and use the mod wheel as well. So if you unlink that, you can choose the size of your ensemble. So you can have a chamber if you just want a smaller sound. or you can go mid-size, and I believe the orchestras were recorded in 2 separate venues, so you're going to get a nice combination of different sounds. And then you can go full symphonic. Okay, so I'm playing the bass notes with my thumb while using the mod wheel. Yeah, but you get the idea. So you got all of these different options already, and I just think it's a really, really cool idea. If I was using Expression and mod wheel, then having a linked would be awesome. And let's just have a quick listen to the low string legato. And it is pretty quick as well. That's without the mod wheel. Yeah, the legato is absolutely brilliant. So looking forward to hearing what the high legato sounds like. So let's move on to the low string shorts. We've got spiccato, staccato, and marcato, and I'm running this off an SSD drive, and you can see that the different articulations are loading. So that's a rich sounding spiccato. Sounds ace. And then let's go staccato. Okay, so I'm trying to play the range so you get an idea of what they sound like. And then we've got marcato. And we're in the symphonic sound there, so the attack, and quite high up on the mod wheel. Yeah, that sounds amazing. And I don't know why, as soon as I started saying marcato, I started using the mod wheel, because that defeats the point, doesn't it? Now, 1.72 gigabytes. It's quite a lot, not going to lie. So if you click on this little pencil, and this is with all Spitfire plugin libraries, you can just get rid of the articulations you don't want to use. So let's say I only want to use spiccato. Get rid of those, click save, and you'll see the memory footprint has dropped. Oops. Yeah, so really, really cool technique to save your memory when using Spitfire plugins. Now let's just move on to the hairpins. Hairpins are absolutely gorgeous. So that's a short hairpin. If we just go medium, play something more uplifting. And they're absolutely gorgeous. So again, we're at symphonic level. Let's just do some long chamber ones. So you really can go from sort of louder to way more delicate. So they sound great. I did fall off a key there, so it cut off quite quickly. Yeah, I'm just going to try them with the symphony as well. Yeah, they sound incredible. Going for the middle wheel. Yeah, so we've got some, I mean, I could crank up the reverb so I keep falling off. Yeah, I've got to remember to play them for their duration, but that is incredible. And then we've got crescendo as well. I mean, that's just something else, isn't it? So that's the hairpins, and then I'm actually going to skip to the high strings. Reason being, we got the same articulations with additional longs and shorts with the high strings. Actually, I'll do some shorts because I'm hoping, yeah, Bartok pizzicato. My all-time favourite pizzicato is here, but it is loading, so I cannot play it. Still can't play it. So yeah, there's 4 articulations here, so you can see the memory is shooting up. There we go, we're in. Still loading though, so it's a bit choppy. Think we're good? Absolutely love it. Right, let's go to the high strings. And this time I'm going to go straight for the legato. Let's go move up an octave. So the legato is amazing, and you can actually hear that room sound. That sounds great. So that's the full symphony. Let's just hear the chamber. Yeah, it's very lyrical. Let's hear the longs. They sound great. And then just in between. So it's just basic triads, but you get the idea of exactly what they sound like. Now the middle wheel, so they click on. You got this hype control. So it just says adds a dynamic layer of hype to the mix. So let's go full hype and see what happens. Okay, I'm just going to go there. It's definitely a fuller sound. Let's hold that note. Yeah. So the hype, it's almost like it's adding some kind of saturation or tape or something going on. And then we've got the release control as well, which I would have a tendency to bring the releases up ever so slightly. Let's go back to the chamber. Just going to turn, is the hype on? I'm going to bring that down. You can really hear that elevate. So if I change the release, yeah, that's really cool. And we've got a filter as well. So if I play D major, sounds like the end of a popular ELO song. Lovely, great band. And then we've got compression as well. So how much master compression you want. And finally, we've got reverb. So great sounding reverb, to be fair. So that takes care of all of those controls. So let's just hear what other sounds we have. So let's go to the high string shorts. Again, they're going to have to load. So my SSD, just if anyone's curious, is it's not one of those super duper fast ones, which are like a gigabyte a second. It's a mid-range, should we say, about 600 megabytes per second. And it's still loading. But it's a big, big footprint, so we start taking away the bits you don't need. So love the attack, like the dynamic range. That sounds cool. So that's the shorts. Then we've got staccato. And then marcato. Don't know why I'm playing something so staccato. Okay. Yeah, they sound great. Now, we've got these additional longs. My all-time favourite is flautando. Probably a bit cliche, but there we go. I don't know why it's cliche. I'm just talking nonsense. That's a great sounding flautando. You got soltasto. I've just realised, I was playing a bit higher, I've loaded up the low string additional longs. There we go, high string. So there's our symphonic flautando. Let's just go. That's brilliant. And then sol tasto. It is still actually loading. But it's important to see because obviously when you use the instrument, you're going to be waiting for it to load. Played an accidental C sharp there. So that's sol tasto and then sol pom. I love that room sound, and then we've got tremolo as well. That's superb. That's the chamber articulations. Sorry, chamber section. And then we've got some additional shorts again on the top. Pizzicato. Bartok pizzicato. I'm not going to go on again. Ooh, still loading. The reason I love Bartok's pizzicato is that you can use it as a percussive instrument. So in a huge orchestra, it really, really cuts through. And the Hans Zimmer strings are my go-to Bartok pizzicatos. So, fun fact. Col Legno. There you go. And Jetta, or Jette. Sounds so cool. Yeah, and then I didn't play any high hairpins. But I just love the hairpins. I really do. Let's wait for them to load. Let's do them with the mid section while we're waiting. They can really get quite loud. They're amazing. I'll do one long hairpin. Can't cut off the hairpin. Now, we have got the brass section. So this is an ensemble section. Just go for longs. And see how we get on. So yeah, so that's a brass long. So let's hear the legato. It is very warm. But also bright at the same time. So yeah, do like that. So we have brass. Now we've got shorts as well. Staccatissimo, staccato, and marcato. So, yeah. I can hear that it's pre-panned. Or it sounds it to me anyway. Ah. That's brilliant. Yeah, that's really punchy. Oops. Yeah, that sounds brilliant. That's not even with the hype on, just out of interest. Wow. That is heavy. Yeah, okay, that hype is seriously cool. Staccato. Yeah, we're on the symphonic orchestra sound at the moment. So I love the mod wheel being fully up for these. That's really interesting. So the chamber is really quite muted. That's in between. So what's the staccato like? Okay. If I quickly go to the brass longs. This one legato. Let's just change that. So you get that really warm brass sound. So obviously it's a smaller ensemble, and it reminds me of Studio Brass, which has that very sort of warm quality about it. So again, it shows the library's versatility. That's really, really cool. And then we've got some brass hairpins. Let's play a crescendo. Let's leave the mod wheel alone. I'll put it on full. That's a good brassy hit. I'm going to do one long hairpin. So I do, as I keep saying, quite like them. That's beautiful. And now we have the horns. So the horns are a separate section to the brass. And they're loading. Okay, there we go. So we're on the symphonic size. No, it cut up because it's still loading. So again, they go from warm to bright. Just seeing how agile. Yeah, they're agile. Let's check out the smaller chamber size. The chamber orchestra brass just really has that gorgeous, warm sound to it. So the horns, again, yeah, they just sound... It's a bit instant Christmas for me, which isn't a bad thing. And now we're on the woodwinds. So let's open the longs. And you can see straight away, we've got that really high D down to that low C. So the range is massive. So the first thing I would instinctively do, if I can find that low C, I just want to see, is it playing through the different instrument groups? Because it is technically an ensemble patch. I've run out of keys to get that high D. But yeah, it is. So let's just... Yeah, so that's the symphony orchestra. And these are the longs. If I go legato, you know what, I'm going to ramp up the reverb just for a bit of fun. Aha. An F natural got in there. Yeah, they sound gorgeous. And again, it's just this versatility. You know, in some respects, I'd love to have a massive symphonic orchestra on my hands, but having the ability just to switch to the smaller ensemble. What about the mid-size? Yeah, it is absolutely stunning. So that's really, really cool. Now, I'm going to illustrate because my mouse has just hovered, and I did know this feature was here, but I didn't know it was here on the instrument, if that makes sense. We've got depth. Adjust the depth of the mix from incredibly close and detailed to very distant and ambient. So I'm just going to go close and detailed. If I just dial the reverb back a little bit so we can hear the effect. So close. That is pretty close. Let's go distant. Yep, that's interesting. Yeah. It's worthy of note, this is a beta instrument at the moment, so there's just quite a strange transition there. I quite like it. Okay, well, these things happen, that's the thing. And I've got to admit, Spitfire are amazing. If they just find a bug in anything, they'll fix it. But please bear in mind, this is a beta instrument. It's not the one that has by now just been released. So, yeah. Right then, let's move on to the flutes. I'm just going back to that. I love the distant miking. Let's go flute legato. So we're really distant at the moment. I'm just going to go back to the longs while that's sort of loading in. Again, the room sound is something else. Legato then. Oops. That was cool. So that's the symphonic one. And we're really close mic there. Let's go distant again. I've just noticed there is no mic mixer where you choose from different mics and the different preset mixes. It's all done through here now. Again, that is very cool. So the flutes sound great. I'm just gonna go to the Piccolo. I've got to start with the longs each time. That's great. Oops. Sorry, my microphone's in the way when I'm done there. Let's just move. One more. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, brilliant. So then we've got percussion. Now, percussion's got loads of different categories. So we've got a concert kit, and Spitfire, it's going to reset that, has made it, which I absolutely love, that we've got two sets of keys. So you can hear that bass drum and that one as well. And if you're like playing, your instruments in, you can do that. So I think splitting that is a really good move. And then it's a concert kit. Yeah, really cool samples. And then we've got timpani as well. It's obviously pitched. could easily automate some rolls. By using the mod wheel. So that's really not a problem. And then you've got traditional percussion. Traditional alt kit. And then taikos. Whoops. So yeah, you can do some really thunderous rhythms with those. They are really big. I'm just watching my metering to make sure I don't go into the red. And then we got Junkyard. Junkyard's really, really cool. So essentially it's a lot of junk. Love it. And then we've got tuned as well. Yeah, huge fan of tuned percussion. Let's take a look at the Glock. Just interested. Yeah, it does. So you got, again, chamber all symphony. I might go halfway through. Let's get a bit of a distance. Yeah, sounds gorgeous. Reminds me very much of the Albion Solstice as the nursery section, which actually prompted me to buy the library because that section alone was worth the admission fee. It's a great library. Check it out. Vibraphone staccato. And then vibraphone. Yeah, tuned percussion is incredible. And now we've got drums, acoustic drum kit. So I'm just going to play through these. Just saying, yeah. So with acoustic drum kit, it is the same sort of setup, sorry, but kind of repeated. So they are loading. A single articulation as well. I can hear it as a bass drum. So as a bass. Okay, that is sounding great. So you got the kit either side, and then the sort of metals in the middle. So again, drums is something that I would be programming, but it's so cool to have a drum kit. They got some altered drum kits. These are more like sound design. Yeah, you can get some cool, like, sort of double kick action. I am not a finger drummer, by the way. I program everything. Oh, these are just fun. Yeah. Oops. That's quite industrial. Let's just go Wraith kit. Yeah, so just hearing sounds, I'm not anywhere near attempting to be a real drummer. Guitars. Now, I'm a guitarist. That is my main instrument, so I'm very interested to see what these sound like. So we got some long sort of loading, and then we also have long harmonic. So how low do they go? So that's the longs. Pitch bend doesn't do anything. When playing a VST, I'll normally apply vibrato and do bends on the pitch bend, but yeah, that's easily fixable. Yeah, so they sound cool. And then harmonics, absolutely love them. They're seriously cool. It's like they've used an EBO or something to create them. That's what it sounds like to me. But yeah, love that. That is good. And then we've got short, so she'll be able to chug. I got a bit too excited there. It goes down to a really low E, which is good. And it reminds me of the stack, the way these have been recorded. A bit lower. Yeah, so the stack was just sort of huge walls of sound. These very much are as well. And they've got Marcato. Yeah, so we've got some pretty heavy guitars, and then we've got synths. Love Spitfire synths, so Bold Teeth. Bass for QT. Black panels. Cages. Yeah, loving those synths. Synth drones, Dust Deluxe. Summon. Yeah, that was cool. So the mod wheel is a filter now. That's cool. That seems to be a filter. I have a filter there. Yeah, I love those. Then we got synth keys. So let's play something. Let's go straight to the last page. Wraith. No, I won't. I'm going to start off actually because that's loading. K-Flex. Yeah, Little Fangs. That sound great. Trip Bones. Sounds great. Wraith would have loaded by now. Lovely. And synth leads, say Brute Brass. Dwade's not loaded yet. Really interesting sound. If I go read distant. Yeah. Kill boom. Yeah, so there's a really good variety of synths. And the last one's pads. So Barry's Son. Remorgue. Yeah, so these kind of things you're just going to explore and have fun playing through. And it still gets me that the size of the ensemble can adjust. For the synths as well, and the distance. It just sounds brilliant. Don't know, I just want to put lots of reverb on. And there we have it. So that is Albion Colossus. It's a lot to get through, a lot to play, and I didn't play every single instrument to articulation. So yeah, very, very impressed. To finish off this first play of Albion Colossus, I've got quite a few observations having just played through everything and got to know the instrument a little bit more. Spitfire Audio are incredible at sampling orchestral instruments, and you've got to wonder, where do they go from their flagship libraries? Like, I use Symphony, the Symphony series all the time, Hans Zimmer strings, I use the other Albions, chamber strings and studio series, Abbey Road 2. I mean, there's so much in terms of brilliant sampling that Spitfire have done and create these great instruments. So I love the fact that you can see in Albion Colossus, they thought, where can they take it to the next level? So first of all, I love the fact you got the hype. The hype just adds a new dimension. And then having functions like the scale, that is incredible. Going from a chamber to a symphony and anywhere in between, using a slider, you know, if you're MIDI programming that, you can just have some amazing textures going on. And then, of course, you've got the depth as well. So instead of spending ages mixing, and believe me, I do like using all the different mics. I'm a huge fan of the outriggers. Yeah, the, you know, real close mic to distant and again in between is brilliant. So the level of customization you have is brilliant. I keep saying brilliant. I'm going to change the adjective. The sheer size of the library and the expanse of timbre is excellent. It's so versatile, and it's not just the chamber version of the brass, for example, is just a little bit quieter than symphonic. It's a completely different orchestra, and you get the timbres associated with it. So it is like having a full-on brass section with a really warm, cozy brass section as well at the same time. So it's two instruments in one. Well, in fact, when you add all the percussion, the drums, the guitars, the synths, it is, as Spitfire set out to do, everything you could possibly need to get that giant blockbuster sound. But of course, I'm already thinking, which other Spitfire libraries can I sort of put this together with? Albion 1, for example. I love the Easter Island hits. I would use those to complement this perfectly. And there's plenty more ideas where you can... It's not even library crossover, because Albion Colossus does really different things to the other Albions and the other Spitfire instruments. I just think, you know, it's a great addition. It's an all-in-one composing tool. If you're lucky enough to own the rest of them, it really complements the different styles that Spitfire are going for. Really, it's a huge recommendation. It's a huge thumbs up. It's also a step in innovation as well. And I've seen in the last year especially that Spitfire have been really innovating and thinking about their libraries. With the Mercury synth, with Resonate, all of these libraries are very well thought out and very well developed. And Colossus just really does extend that. So yes, recommend. If you like what you hear, yeah, just go for it. Thank you so much for checking out this first play of Albion Colossus from Spitfire Audio. If you like what you heard, feel free to drop a like on the video and leave a comment. And if you've not done so already, please check out our other videos and subscribe to our channel. And then you can head over to thesampleist.com because that is all up and running, and there's lots of different developers, different videos and news, competitions, etc. Everything that's going on with the Sampleist is on there. Until next time, thank you and keep making the music.